November 79, November Lima, verify your level at 230, showing you 400 feet low.
9 November Lima, we've just figured out that we've had a dual vacuum pump failure. We've lost both our vacuum pumps, so we're going to need to look for someplace. We've got electric backup systems here, but we're having a little trouble holding altitude and everything.
Okay, let me know if you need any assistance.
9 November Lima, what's the bottom of the cloud layer? We're IFR at this time.
Go ahead.
And when he loses his vacuum pumps,
yeah,
he's basically just blind up there, so the sooner you can get him down, the better off he is.
Oh, okay, thanks. I didn't know that.
Yep.
79 November Lima, you want to start down?
9 November Lima, we'd like to start down. What are the bases?
They said around 13.
9 November Lima, we'd like to start down and get below the base.
November 79 November Lima, roger, descend and maintain 14,000.
And 14,000, 9 November Lima.
North side, 17-2.
North side.
Yeah, I've got an aircraft out there about 7 northeast of the VOR. His code is 0704. He's a flight level 230, needs to descend down to 14. I guess he lost his vacuum pumps or whatever.
0704, 14,000 is approved, Amar.
Okay, thanks, Izzy. November 79, November Lima, contact Albuquerque Center on 132.8. He'll have lower for you shortly, and just keep him advised if you need any further assistance. November 79, November Lima, Albuquerque.
9 November Lima, we're having trouble. I think we're in a spin. 9 November Lima, we're back with you.
9 November Lima, roger. Are you going to want to land at Albuquerque then?
That's affirmative. We need vectors to Albuquerque.
And 9 November Lima, what's your altitude now?
9 November Lima, we're indicating 18,000.
9 November Lima, roger. Fly heading 260 and contact approach on 127.4.
127.4, 9 November Lima. This should be 16.
Catch me again, that 9 November Lima?
Yeah.
He said if he can get below the clouds, he'll go on to Liberal. So he's heading down to get below the clouds now.
Okay, you still haven't figured out what's wrong now.
He has vacuum tube lossage.
Vacuum tube lossage?
Yes, both of them.
Thank you.
Sure. November 79 November Lima, Albuquerque. November 79 November Lima, Albuquerque.
Hello, I'm Harry Chase. The goal of this presentation is to help you develop strategies for avoiding situations where spatial disorientation accidents can occur, and tactics for dealing with disorientation if you're in conditions that can induce it. The 4 scenarios you'll see are based on accident reports from the NTSB, in which spatial disorientation played a role. Think about the issues each scenario raises, and about your own attitudes and practices as PIC or part of a flight crew. Do you have a realistic understanding of your personal capabilities and limitations? Are you prepared to deal with pressures and the desire to press on that have needlessly cost many pilots and passengers their lives? Are you prepared to turn around? And do you have a plan to divert to better weather when conditions are worse than forecast? Your answers can help gauge your chances of encountering the confusion that kills, spatial disorientation.
So that's 162 nautical. The weather's not the greatest. But Bowlesville's going to be VFR for another 4 hours. And I'll just get flight following on the way. Hey, how is it up there?
Well, not bad if you brought your swimming trunks.
I'm headed to Bowlesville. But it's VFR over there. And the forecast says the weather's going to hold.
Sounds good. Are you filed?
I'm not instrument rated, but it's VFR.
Yeah, but the ceilings are pretty low.
I've flown that route before. Sometimes in stuff like this.
Well, it's only a few showers, and we do need the rain.
Well, it could have waited a day.
Well, have a good flight.
Thanks.
Clear, Brock.
ceilings are lower than they're supposed to be. I can't get any higher than 3,500 feet for now. Man, I'm right at the basis. I've got ground contact, though. I'll get flight following. Maybe they can give me some idea about the weather ahead from someone on the frequency. Greenville approach. This is Debonair 1588 Sierra. How do you read? Greenville approach. This is Debonair 1588 Sierra. Greenville approach. This is Debonair 1588 Sierra. How do you read? How much lower are these clouds gonna get? The terrain's getting higher too. I'm not even sure where I am anymore. What's my altitude? At 3,200 now. What's the highest terrain in the quadrant? 4,300? Where is it? Where am I? Dodging these showers has thrown me way off course. Can't seem to pick up any VORs down here. And this Loran isn't much help out here in the middle of nowhere. At least I have ground contact. As long as the weather's not too much worse than forecast, I should be okay. But I really don't like this. If any of these valleys end in a rock wall, I'm in big trouble. Oh well, less than an hour from Bowlesville now. I don't think this is what the forecast called for. Let me see if I can pick up Newton ASOS. I can't be too far from here.
Newton automated weather. Sky conditions. Ceilings 1,500, broken wind 230.
Oh no, the ceilings were forecast to be 3,500 feet at Newton. Maybe I should turn around. Can't. It's all closed in behind me. No way to turn around now. All I know is the mountain gets higher ahead, and that's the only direction I can go. Maybe I can get approach from here. Rondo approach. This is Debonair 1588 Sierra. Rondo approach. This is Debonair 1588 Sierra. Rondo approach. This is Debonair 1588 Sierra. How do you read?
Debonair calling Rondell approach. Go ahead.
Rondell. This is Debonair 1588 Sierra, en route to Bowlesville, about 75 miles west, 3,000 feet, requesting advisories.
Debonair 1588 Sierra. I'm not going to be able to pick you up at that altitude. 4,500 is about the minimum for our radar out there. Suggest you try Melton approach once you get out of the mountains. They should be able to pick you up at that altitude.
Roger, Rondell. We'll try Melton once we clear the mountains. Maybe I can get flight service. At least talk to somebody. Simon Radio, this is Debonair 1588 Sierra, near the plant VOR on 122.2.
Debonair 1588 Sierra, Simon Radio.
Yeah, we're at Beach Debonair in the vicinity of plant VOR en route to Bowlesville, about 45 minutes out. It's kind of marginal here with low ceilings, but the forecast was for VFR at my destination. Can you tell me the current weather in Bowlesville?
Stand by.
Roger.
Debonair 1588 Sierra, Bowlesville reporting ceilings of 3,500 scattered, 6,000 broken. Once you get out of the mountains, you'll be ahead of most of the weather.
Great. Would you like a pilot report?
88 Sierra, go ahead.
Yeah, we're at Beach 33, right near the plant VOR at 2,800 feet. The skies are overcast, the temperature is plus 20, and we've got a smooth ride.
88 Sierra, roger. Where are the bases?
They're everywhere. It's a solid deck.
And what's the altitude?
Oh, I guess it's about, it's hard to say, but they're pretty low. I say they're no more than 1,000 feet higher. Maybe less. But at least 500 feet.
88 Sierra, roger. Thanks for the pirate. Like I say, once you get out of the mountains, you'll be ahead of most of the weather.
Thanks for your help. Once I get out of the mountains. If I get out of the mountains. These clouds keep getting lower. Can't see the tops of the mountains anymore. Why didn't I stay on the ground? Can't even figure out my position. Oh no. Over that ridge up ahead. Everything's obscured. I can't see any of the peaks. Okay, I've got to take my chances and just circle up. I should have asked flight service where the tops are. If I get out of this, I swear I'm finally getting my instrument rating. Wait, it's not obscured ahead. There are no mountains. That's the flatlands. The ceilings are low and there's no granite to run into once I get over this ridge. Hello, Flatlands. I love you. Maybe I don't need that instrument rating right away.
Man, I don't believe I made it through all that.
Thanks. Matter of fact, there is something I'd like to point out. Accidents like this one teach us one overriding lesson for avoiding spatial disorientation. Maintain VFR. If you're not instrument rated, make a commitment to maintain legal separation from clouds as well as minimum visibility requirements. These considerations will help you to avoid the #1 killer in aviation, continued VFR into IMC. Accurate, timely weather reports could go a long way toward reducing spatial disorientation and other weather-related accidents. But getting such reports is almost impossible. Conditions between reporting points can vary significantly, and forecasts can be wrong. The result? Well, pilots may be lured into conditions they're not prepared for or qualified to fly in. Conversely, erroneous weather information can keep us on the ground if the forecast is worse than the actual conditions that develop. If every pilot on a cross-country flight submitted just one pilot report, we'd all have a much easier time making a go, no-go decision, because we'd know what conditions were really like. Now, AOPA and the Air Safety Foundation, along with the FAA and the National Weather Service Aviation Weather Center, are launching a new program called Sky Spotter to encourage more pilots to file PIREPs and get more accurate weather information into the system. Sky Spotters are pilots who commit to providing PIREPs during each flight. You can sign up to be part of the program and take the training course to qualify directly online. Access Sky Spotter through the Air Safety Foundation website. Risks vary with the environment we fly in. In many parts of the country, if you stayed on the ground every time flight service forecast marginal conditions or the possibility of thunderstorms, you wouldn't fly very often. That's where experience comes in. As we gain more experience and knowledge, we gain more confidence and expand our horizons. But this confidence also leads us into flight environments where the odds against us can rise. Marginal VFR, night, IMC. Add these factors to the flight environment and the potential for spatial disorientation accidents increases. Managing that risk responsibly is the duty of the PIC.
Yeah, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to take care of it later tonight, man. No, they said they'd be here an hour ago. Right. Okay, yeah, as soon as they get here. Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll talk to you when they land. Hey, yeah, okay, they're here. Right, yeah, I'll have it wrapped up for tomorrow morning. Okay, talk to you later. Hey,
honey.
Hey, yeah.
Good to see you.
I was wondering what happened to you.
Oh, sorry we're late.
We got lost.
How could they get lost? There's only one road on the island.
Okay.
This island is fascinating.
Yeah, it sure is.
It's time to leave now, so let's move it, people.
Yep.
So, let's take a picture, huh?
Yeah.
All right. You know, no. We gotta get going.
Hey, are you okay about flying at night?
Sure.
But if you guys hadn't been so late, it wouldn't have mattered.
You know, I've got a meeting in the morning, but we could stay the night over here if we have to.
No. We're gonna get stranded somewhere. There are a lot better airports on the way. We can turn around or we can land if the weather turns. But don't worry about it. Forecast calls for clear and scattered skies.
How about that briefing on our route?
Well, I'll tell you when we're on the way. I mean, I want to have as much light as possible when I go over the Chesapeake.
Don't we have to go over Delaware Bay, too?
Yeah, but that's at a higher altitude.
It's much smoother now than this afternoon.
Yeah, it tends to get a lot smoother at night. I mean, you don't have the sun heating the air unequally, right? So, it tends to stabilize and smooth out.
Hey, I see lights.
Yeah, it's Grant City.
How about that briefing on our route?
Okay, we're on the Jones Island route direct across Keys.
And how high are we?
We are level at 3,400 feet.
Isn't that lower than when we flew down here?
Well, we're in a restricted area. See, it's here, R4006.
So we have to fly at 3,400 feet?
Well, we have to fly below 3,500. Look, it's R4006.
But that whole big area, no one's allowed to fly there?
Well, you have to talk to controllers just to get permission to go through it. And sometimes they take you off course. There's a lot of military traffic too, so I like to just take the direct route, fly below them, and out of their way.
Guys, it's hazy down here.
Well, we'll climb higher once we're out of the restricted area.
This is really much nicer than the plane you got before.
Yeah, the club just got this on the flight line a couple of months ago.
So is it different to fly?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's got a lot more power and it goes a lot faster.
Cool. Do you need special training?
Well, I mean, you have to get checked out in it first. I mean, they made me fly 10 hours in it.
Wow. You can learn this whole thing in 10 hours, huh?
I'm always learning. Right now, it doesn't feel like 10 hours was nearly long enough.
Alan, did I notice you were flying without your hands on the control wheel?
Oh, it's on autopilot.
So we don't really need you. We could just use that thing.
Yeah, thanks a lot. No, it's not that simple. In fact, I wish I had spent a little time getting familiar with it. I didn't know I'd need it like this.
And you're using the GPS to know where we're going, right?
Right, it shows us exactly where we are.
That also calculates trip time too, right?
Right, it says we're approximately 32 minutes out. Hey, we're just about out of the restricted area.
I can't see too many stars.
Oh, there's a scattered layer of clouds above us. Looks like the forecast was just a little off. I'll say. I didn't know it would be like this.
Are we going to go higher now?
No, we're going to stay under these clouds.
What was that?
Oh, we bumped the bottom of a cloud. I'm going to descend a little.
Altimeter 29907. Visibility 4
What's that?
haze.
It's ATIS. It's an hourly weather report. This one's from Dover.
Few clouds, 1,200.
We're going to try 2,500 feet from now.
I can't see any stars now.
I can't see any lights either.
That's because we're right on course. See, that's the Delaware Bay right ahead of us. It's right here on the GPS. See, even on a clear night, you wouldn't be able to see much.
What's that noise?
Oh, that's low battery. So I've got a spare in my flight bag. Can you get it?
Where are they?
No, the one over by, not that one, the one over by the...
We're in the clouds.
What was that?
That's the autopilot disconnect alert. When you trim the yoke, it automatically disengages. Wish I'd remembered that. Now the autopilot's disengaged. I can't just put it back on again. That'll look really dumb.
So there's no way to go
I'm a little busy here now, Bill.
I can't find the batteries.
I'll get them.
Alan, are we all right?
Can't see anything. We're descending. I need back pressure. What's going on? Still descending. The controls are all screwy. I'm going to turn around.
I can't see anything.
Hold on!
Thanks. I do have something to add. 3 words. Use your head. This is where judgment and discipline come in, and it's the basis of the second rule for avoiding spatial disorientation accidents. Make a commitment to fly within your capabilities, establish sensible personal minimums, and resist the temptation and pressures to cross them. Training requirements for a private pilot's certificate mandate instruction in instrument flying to teach you how to get out safely if you stray into IMC conditions. You'll likely receive this training in VFR weather. If you're not IFR rated, go up with an instructor at night in conditions of marginal visibility. File an instrument flight plan if necessary. This will go a long way to proving how confusing it can be telling which end is up when visibility starts to go down. We all learned about the physiological causes of spatial disorientation during our primary training. Briefly stated, your system of balance, which is fine for keeping your right side up when you're not moving, is prone to errors when the body is in motion. Instrument pilots are trained to ignore these body cues and believe they're instruments. And they learn to effectively scan the instruments and incorporate information from each to control the aircraft without outside visual cues. But if you are IFR rated, make sure you know what to do if your instruments go down and the weather already has.
So the garage scratched your car door?
You're not gonna believe it. The garage attendant says to me, he says, "That's the way it goes."
What can you do?
Tell me about it. You do what you can.
And then you have to know when to back off. Okay, 22 past the hour. Time to switch tanks. We're right on schedule. An hour and 17 out from Nashton.
Wonder what the weather's doing out there.
I'll give a call and find out.
Approach, this is Archer 8121 Kilo with a request.
Archer 8121 Kilo, approach, go ahead.
Like to leave the freak to check in with flight service?
8121 Kilo, roger. Frequency change approved. Report back within 2 minutes.
Report back within 2 minutes. 21 Kilo. Grafton Radio, this is Archer 8121 Kilo. 20 west of the Dandy Vortex, at 7,000 feet on 122.2.
Archer 8121 Kilo, Grafton Radio, go ahead.
We're en route to Nashton. Our ETA is about an hour and 10 minutes. Can you give us a updated report on the weather at our destination and as well as along the route?
21 Kilo, stand by. 21 Kilo, I just briefed a pilot to Nashton. Nashton's currently reporting ceilings 500 broken with 1 mile visibility and rain. Forecast says it should start to clear just a little around your time of arrival. The radar is showing moderate precip along the route of flight, but no convective activity.
All right, Roger. Do you want a pilot report?
21 Kilo, go ahead.
Currently in IMC, light rain, temp is +10, and there's an occasional light chop.
21 Kilo, Roger. Thanks for the pirate.
Yeah, thanks for the weather, Archer 8121 Kilo.
Guess we won't be making a visual. Better break out the approach plates.
Okay. Grafton, this is Archer 8121 Kilo back with you.
Archer 8121 Kilo, roger. Contact Jefferson approach on 124.6.
Over to Jefferson, 124.6, 21 Kilo. Thanks for your help. Jefferson approach, Archer 8121 Kilo, 7,000.
Roger, Archer 8121 Kilo, Jefferson approach.
Hey, what's going on? Something's wrong with the autopilot.
We're in a turn. Look at the attitude indicator.
But the DG isn't moving.
Oh, yeah, but look at the magnetic compass. It's turning.
Yeah, but something's wrong with the autopilot. Got to disengage it.
Low vacuum. It's the vacuum system. The gyro instruments.
We're losing altitude.
Level the wings. Release the back pressure.
Okay, we're at 6,300 feet, heading at 080. We're 90 degrees off course.
Just don't try to turn. Just keep everything straight and level. Approach Archer 8121 Kilo. We've got a failure of our vacuum system.
Roger, Archer 8121 Kilo. Say intentions.
We need some help to get to the airport.
Archer 8121 Kilo. Are you declaring an emergency at this time?
Yes.
Roger. Antola Airport is at 3 o'clock, 14 miles.
What kind of approach and what's the weather there?
They've got an NDB. Approach, what's the weather, Antola?
21 Kilo, no weather or landing information is available for Antola.
What's the nearest airport with an ILS, and where's the nearest VFR weather?
21 Kilo, stand by for VFR weather. Lambertville, about 20 miles northeast, has an ILS. They're reporting wind 220 at 7, 800 broken, 1,300 overcast, visibility 4 in light rain. Temperature 18, dew point 11, altimeter 29.97.
Let's take Lambertville.
We'll take Lambertville.
21 Kilo, Roger. For Lambertville, turn right, heading 085 degrees.
Contact Lambertville approach on frequency 118.22.
Can't use the DG and the wet compass is bobbing all over the place. We need no gyro vectors.
21 Kilo, Roger. Lambertville can give you a no
gyro radar surveillance approach.
We'll go to the new frequency first.
8121 Kilo, Roger.
Archer up on 1802.
Archer 8121 Kilo, Lambertville approach. Radar contact 15 miles west of Lambertville. This will be no gyro vectors for a surveillance approach to runway 24 at Lambertville. Minimum descent altitude will be 1,570 and the Lambertville altimeter is 29 or 9 or 6.
Roger, approach.
8121 kilo, turn right.
Right turn.
21 kilo, stop turn.
Stop turn.
21 kilo, you're on a 10-mile left base for 24 at Lambertville. Maintain 2,500.
Roger. 2,500.
What's your altitude? What's your altitude?
21 kilo, turn left.
Left turn.
21 kilo, stop turn.
Stop turn.
21 kilo, you're on a 10-mile final for 24 Lambertville. Slightly left of course, correcting.
Roger.
21 kilo, descend and maintain 2,000.
Roger.
21 kilo, turn left.
Left turn.
21 kilo, stop turn.
Stop turn.
21 kilo, on course.
Roger.
21 kilo, you're 7 miles from touchdown, on course. Make half standard rate turns.
Roger.
21 kilo, turn right.
Right turn.
21 kilo, stop turn.
Stop turn.
21 kilo, turn left.
Left turn.
21 kilo, stop turn.
Stop turn.
21 kilo, turn right.
Right turn.
Half standard rate on final.
Okay.
21 kilo, stop turn.
Stop turn.
21 kilo, you're 5 miles from touchdown, slightly left of course, correcting. 21 kilo, you're 4 miles from touchdown, descend and maintain 1,570.
Roger. Descending.
21 kilo, turn left.
Left turn.
21 kilo, stop turn.
Stop turn.
21 kilo, 3 miles from touchdown, on course.
Roger.
21 kilo, 2.5 miles from touchdown.
I got the ground.
Tell me when you see the runway.
I got the runway. Great job.
Yeah, nothing to it.
Okay, let me reiterate a point you may have touched on. If you do experience a vacuum failure, consider any backup assistance available. Do you have a handheld GPS unit on board? Many of them come with an HSI screen. This can act as a very precise DG. Installing a standby vacuum system is the surest way to enhance your safety. A number of affordable backup and standby vacuum systems are available. Another option is installing a rate-based autopilot that gets roll information from an electrically driven turn coordinator. Or you can put in a standby electrically driven attitude gyro. Whatever you decide, you must maintain your instruments and the systems that power them. That means, among other things, replacing vacuum pumps according to manufacturer's recommendations before they go bad. Your mechanic will know the replacement interval for your airplane. Renters flying IFR should confirm that the aircraft they are flying are being maintained properly. Remember though, your instruments aren't the only thing that can go wacko in the cockpit. Abrupt movements of the head can tumble your gimbals. If you move your head around while in a turn, it can set the fluid in motion in more than one semicircular canal and give the sensation of climbing or descending in the turn. It's called the Coriolis illusion, and it can create an intense feeling of tumbling out of control. These sensations can affect pilots of any level of skill or experience, and the intensity can be astonishing and dangerous.
This is a 70-knot tailwind.
I can live with that.
Oh, not again.
What's up?
Light went out.
Oh, where's that?
Autopilot. I've had this problem before.
Guess maintenance dropped the ball.
Shit.
Can I help?
No, I'm all right, but can you hand me that flash?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm not sure if it's a loose connection or broke a bulb or what the problem is here. Okay, let's see.
Watch your heading. Watch your heading.
Where to go?
I've got
Where to
it.
go?
I've got it. I've got it. Let go. I've got it. It's okay.
If you have any doubts about the power of spatial disorientation, make it a point to experience it yourself. You don't have to leave the ground to do it. In fact, it's best if you don't. A Barony chair is a simple rotating chair designed to induce spatial disorientation. The GAT Trainer, a computerized 3-axis simulator used primarily for instrument flight training, also has over a dozen programs that demonstrate various forms of spatial disorientation, from a graveyard spiral in a cloud to disorienting visual cues. The Vertigon, a device displayed and demonstrated at many air shows, quickly proves to pilots that their senses can't be trusted. But don't try this on a full stomach. Believe me, disorientation can have profound physiological effects. And when your gyros start to tumble, the only way to survive is to believe your instruments. The need to be able to interpret and believe flight instruments is the underlying principle behind the third and final commitment to avoiding spatial disorientation accidents. Get an instrument rating. You already have the rating? Fine, but there's a few other things instrument pilots need to do. Maintain your proficiency in IFR operations. Maintain your aircraft to manufacturer's recommended IFR standards, and install a redundant power source for your gyro instruments. There's nothing you can do, no piece of equipment you can put in the panel that will do more to protect you from the confusion that kills.
Hey, Harry, you ready to go fly yet?
You bet, Eric. That's Eric, my instructor. I just booked an IFR refresher training flight with him. I like to take one at least every 6 months, and the facts we've been talking about today remind me why that's so important. Spatial disorientation is a danger every pilot has to be aware of, and it's something we can all do something about by following 3 rules for avoiding spatial disorientation, and by becoming a sky spotter to help others avoid dangerous weather conditions. For all of us at AOPA's Air Safety Foundation, thanks for your help in making safe pilots, safe skies.